Hello, y'all. It's D1AL-ogue, and we are back for some more dialogue. How are y'all doing? Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're all having a good one so far. But we are back to repairing some androids, some cute anime android girls, and talking while we do. That's why it's called dialogue. Let's go ahead. Dude, it's been a while. We haven't played in like a week now, and I'm gonna have to get might be a little rusty on it. We shall see. We shall see. But I really do want to finish this. I think we are getting close. Remember, this is a free game. Really? Wait, hold on. Was this a free game? Pretty sure. Right? Yeah. And while there is some weird dialogue in the game, I'm pretty sure English is not the first language. Still pretty good. Still pretty dang good. Let's go ahead. Let's go. Where are we? I don't even remember. I know the last thing we did was the electronic drug, and that one was difficult. My body feels lighter than yesterday morning. Obviously, supplements. No, memory suppressants. I didn't take them. I didn't take them just the same. Just a difference in cognitive change things this much. Anyway, what on earth is this memory I forgot? Michelle and Polar Night Day? What is the connection between the two? Whew. Thinking about it, blankly will only give me a headache. As my body is better, let's start business quickly. Hold on, before we do. Sunshine Corp recruits shadow agency actors. Your acting becomes salvation. Clash on Dark Brown Street. Tragedy of 10 years ago reenacted. Is this a little hint? Reporters at the scene conveyed that the rally on Dark Brown Street turned into an armed clash around 4 p.m., resulting in uncontrollable bloodshed. The scene has fallen into extreme chaos, with protesters and public power intermingled. In particular, as an unidentified revolutionary group committed to organized sabotage, such as destroying communication beacons. Initial entry in situation control by Urban Stability Agency and Urban Recovery Agency are effectively being blocked. What citizens watching this situation are focusing on most is that the timing and aspect of the riot resembled the Chromatic Zenith terror incident recorded as the worst disaster in the Chroma City history 10 years ago, which is probably what we're blocking. At that time, on the night of the Chromatic Zenith Festival reached its peak, terror began with a mysterious explosion engulfing the entire city in a massive fire. The fire at the time is evaluated to have been extensive and fatal enough that Chroma City, which advocated self-sufficiency, had to... Oh, wait, there it is. Exactly. But wait. See, like, some of this is like off. Like this, I don't even think this exceptionally is needed. Had to request emergency rescue and support from neighboring cities. The flames, which soared to the pollution layer of the stratosphere, went beyond a simple disaster, leaving deep scars on the city's pride and overall safety system that remain unhealed to this day. Expert analyzed that this disturbance is stimulating citizens' collective trauma in that it reminds them of the nightmare of 10 years ago. Wave of citizens died in red. Martyrs' blood becomes spark of revolution. Cold barrel. I'm not trying to read through all of it. Holy war against the rotten Sunshine Corp. But I am trying to see which ones are connected to us. And that is the idea. That is the plan. Alright, let's open for business. Michelle, do you have a moment? What is it all of a sudden? Considering the nature of things you've thrown at me without even asking me until now, it's scary to think what you're going to talk about. One of my customers told me there might be a memory-suppressing ingredient in the supplements I was taking. Is that reliable information? Considering what you've said about your customers so far, they're either perverts or skipped the interpersonal relationship tutorial, or both. She's a reliable expert. She works at a pharmaceutical company. She also said there's a possibility that memories about you were suppressed. Me? It certainly looked like that. Okay, that sounds a little odd. There was yesterday's incident, too. How do you feel? It's hard to explain. I'm all better now. And daily life is quite enjoyable. I feel like regaining suppressed memories and facing the truth is moving in the right direction. But I'm also afraid of losing this daily life. The medicine? I got it back. That's why I feel even more conflicted. The option to take the medicine and live happily is right there within reach. Right. A refuge in my hand. It wasn't always just good, though. It can remove this anxiety anytime, but it wouldn't be a fundamental solution. Like the answer key at the back of a workbook. Exactly. Worrying about whether to open the answer key for a difficult problem. It's close to that. It's just my personal opinion, but if it's a problem you absolutely can't solve, I heard postponing it is also a way. In an era where many people suffer because they can't renew their medical subscriptions, if you can be happy with just one pill, it seems like a decent option. It's not an illegal drug either. My customer said the same thing. But this medicine has many cases of reported side effects. Above all, I want to show a cool side to my customers. Where did the topic suddenly jump to? I've emphasized this since before. Providing counseling and psychological care to customers. Hey, baby! Providing counseling and psychological care to customers is one of D1AL-ogue's core services. A person who relies on medicine because they can't solve their own problems can't give advice on other people's problems. Twisted affection towards Eves seems to have finally spread to the sexual realm. So who is it? The tomboy Eve from the cafe across the street who always visits? What was her name? Fly? Prey. Alright, Prey. Or the military TNDLS model who visits for a while before. Was it the Eve with the rabbit ears? While asserting you couldn't touch military models due to regulations, you secretly repaired her several times behind the scenes. After that, Eve stopped coming. The rapid increase in your search frequency for beast-type Eves was a comedy. It's not entirely wrong, but I don't want to look good to just one customer. Crazy. No, I phrased it weirdly. It's not that there isn't a customer I care about, but I meant that's not the whole reason. I have no intention of getting involved in your courtship activities, so don't worry. But be careful. The recklessness of beasts in heat doesn't only lead to finding a mate. Dying while fighting a competitor, or attracting a predator and getting eaten are common scenes in documentaries. But saying that about me is a very nasty metaphor. Whatever it is, I warned you. It's a medicine recommended by your parents who love you so much. Recommending it even with side effects might mean it's that serious of a secret. Michelle, do you know something? No. I wish I did. Thud. Uh-oh. Rattle. Rattle, clatter, rattle. Rattle, rattle, clatter. Whoop. Oh, there you are. Hello, Chris. Orca? I know you're sick, but this is the only place I know. Maintenance. Just a bit. Understood. Understood. I'll start with emergency measures. This isn't the time to worry about others, Orca. How many fingers do you see? I can't see anything. Correct. Fortunately, the visual sensors are alive. Since the neural circuits are completely burnt out, I needed to verify. Is it serious? Actually, it's at a level where you need a new body. As the circuit's burnt out, you are just in a state where you can't feel pain. Thanks to that, you were able to come to the repair shop, but how much time has passed since the damage? I'm not sure. I walked from dark brown street, so... At least 4 hours must have passed. I'll start maintenance as soon as I'm ready. Can you stay conscious? I'd like to say yes, but honestly, I think it'll be difficult. I'll keep talking to you. Just hang in there a little longer. Okay, we got a time. We got a time limit, not a move limit. So we gotta be quick. The damage is too severe. I need to start repairs immediately. Select the damage part. And proceed. Okay, well. The damage is bad. It won't move, and it won't synthesize. Looks like a unit got fused due to the heat. We have no choice but to avoid unit for now and proceed with repairs. Okay, so ignore that one then, and we gotta focus on this. Alright, that's done. Auxiliary power is depleted. I must put it in here somewhere. Last time during maintenance, it was on the left shelf. Right, it's there. Thank you. And I'm sorry, but I'll ask a question to verify for quick repair. Can you explain how you got injured? I was hit by a rocket launcher. You're not joking, right? Warlords converted Chroma's position. Warlords coveting Chroma's position and honor seem to be supporting so-called revolutionary groups. The level of violence and armament have risen as if to prove the rumors are true. Warlords? It's not even in the Middle Ages. Chroma City's strong censorship can exist because there is a clear threat called the outside. Alright. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Movements doesn't matter. Yeah, movements don't matter. Chris, about your health problem last time. Seeing you bring it up first, it seems the repair is going well. That's a relief. Hey, Mex!
No body of water is safe without a lifeguard? That's true. That includes bathtubs.
That does include bathtubs. And about my health. It wasn't my body that was sick. When memory suppressant intake is stopped, there are cases where unconsciously heightened stress creates phantom pain. It seems that was the case. Memory suppression? Yes. They say it's suppression that lasted for years. It hasn't really hit me yet. I also feel relieved that my body wasn't actually sick. Of course, I don't know if I'll be able to say that once my memory returns. Such a thing. It's a matter I see occasionally in the news, but it felt like a distant story to me. According to the expert, it's one of the best-selling products. Physical wounds are visible, so they're easy to empathize with, but that's not the case with them for the mind. It might be more common than we think. On the surface, Chris, you seem reliable and unblemished. Someone I could lean on. I didn't know you were carrying something so painful and you wanted to erase it. I didn't know either. And I still don't know. Only the fact that there are suppressed memories is clear. I can't recall what memories they are. Like the ghost stories spread around. Is it amnesia? Because they exploited loopholes in the terms? I hear it's hard to get compensation. I'm not sure, but it's unlikely. I looked it up, and memory recovery takes a minimum of 2 weeks and can take up to several months. If I want to shorten the period, they recommend repeating actions associated with the suppressed memory, like meeting related people, or looking at images and listening to voices. Now, let's stop chatting and focus for a moment. We passed the critical point, but there are still a few problems left to solve. Okay. Let me see. I don't have anything else I can use right now. I'm just gonna squish you down, I guess. There we go. Perfect. Squish you down, do that, and then we'll do this. And I gotta keep going. Frick. Can you pause it? No. Wait. No. I cannot pause it. How the hell am I supposed to do this one so... How in the hell? Yeah, it doesn't look like I can pause it. Unfortunate. Let me see. This way? No. Yes. No. There we go. Dude, what level is this thing? No, it's not gonna do me any good. I don't have a lot of time here. You're trying to distract my time session. Thanks, Mix. Thanks, buddy. You know that just means I have to do it over again, right? Gonna make me do it over again. Oh, I can't move that one. Oh, that works. Oh my. Frick. No, I want to cancel that. Move you over here. Move you here. Move you over here. There we go. Alright, let's combine you. Get you out the way. Oh my lord, finally. Man, that took a while. Took some time. We put out the immediate fire. For the rest, let's watch the progress and decide. Thank you, Chris. I don't know what procedures are left, but I can already feel my tail becoming lighter. I replaced the auxiliary power and the walking function. Seems stable. I also reset the neural circuits. How is it? I have enough knowledge about Eve's, but I don't know how it actually feels. I don't feel anything particularly strange. If you hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known about it, known it changed. Currently, you are practically in a state where only your data was transferred to a different body. The appearance is the same, but all detailed parts were replaced. Or serviced. I thought it might feel awkward. Sensation is influenced more. Hold on. Take your fingers in the robots. What the frick? What the frick does that even mean? Whatever. Hold on, I gotta put this in front of me. There we go. By cognition, then reality. Like feeling pain in a missing arm. There are actually many cases where a discrepancy occurs between reality and cognition. So, as long as Orca perceives Orca as Orca, it means it's hard to feel awkward. Yes. Except for calling my name excessively. That's an accurate explanation. Orca, Orca. Yes? Orca, Orca. Please stop. The Eve, stronger than steel, who survived even a rocket launcher. Orca's intimidated look was an amusing sight. But one must know the limit for irresponsible actions. It would be better to stop the joke here and move on to another topic. I'm joking. By the way, did you have a similar injury before? There were traces of heat deformation deep in the core. If you often suffer from similar injuries, I would seriously recommend looking for another job. That is... It's an old wound. It's a trace that can be removed. But I didn't do it right away because there were many things to handle first. Shall I fix it in the maintenance later? No. I left it on purpose. It's a tribute of remembrance. Remembrance? You've heard the stories that Eves, who are nothing but machines, don't have souls, right? That hypothesis has already been disproven. The nonsense that they only mimic emotion with regulatory factors and electrical signals is the same as saying humans don't have souls either. Many living things rely on regulatory factors called hormones and electrical signals to move and think. To support the claim that only humanity is dignified, the logic was too flawed. Apart from the facts, I wanted to prove that it was wrong. We, who were made rather than born, are thrown into society with granted selves, but lacking relationships to support them. Consequently, we usually go through a period of thirsting for a strong desire of recognition. For me, the time was exactly such a period. It's the whole think, therefore I am. Yeah. Because you can't prove the whole thing that they were talking about is basically you can't prove that they do or don't, just like you can't prove that humans do or don't. You believe. Yeah. I mean, if an android or a robot or whatever has self-awareness, then it is alive. And if you want to go into the whole thing about souls, then you're getting into dangerous theological territory that I do not want to touch with a 10-foot pole. But at the same time, you cannot prove that they don't. You cannot prove that they do. Just the same way as you cannot with humans. You believe. All made from space dust. That's the whole thing. Look, that's the whole thing about, true AI for me. If it's true artificial intelligence, it's still an intelligence. So, at that point, I think a true AI would still deserve the same rights as any being that has self-awareness. No. Believe me, if I was a robot, I'd be swapping out parts. If I could, I'd be swapping out a bunch of parts. Give me a new back. Give me a new back. Give me change out the sinuses. We're all bio robots. We're just bio robots. That's all. We're the whole. We're in a nice little meat suit. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, oh man. If only. If only. We need to get to the point in sci-fi. We need to get to the point in the freaking future where you can take your DNA and lab grown a replacement organ or whatever. Freaking take some of your DNA and then 3D print out a new freaking organ. Download yourself into a Cylon body. I mean, some of those Cylon bodies, some of those I love that. Look, I did watch the original Battlestar because it was on like Nickelodeon or whatever. I wasn't whatever. They had the reruns, and when the new one and when the remake came out, and I was like, oh, they're changing it from the original. But then the original was pretty corny. The original was pretty dang corny. The remake was good, but the remake did the last season or 2 or 3 just went downhill for me. But the first few seasons were so freaking good. But man, some of those yeah. Anyway. That emotion was more than Orca's personal feelings. It was a common phenomenon among Eves, because they were created without time to reflect on their ego, under the protection of parents and society. Research even shows that Eves were known to obsess over social relationships or status. Just like an unloved child. And that's the other thing, by the way, about... yeah. They're literally, they're just thrown out into the world without any parents at that point, so they don't have the parental buffer. Yeah. I was tense about everything. I ignored the command's orders and jumped into rescue operations, and I often helped the rescue people privately. It must have been tough. I didn't know back then. Rather, I thought it was natural. Everybody can use a good toaster. True. I was intoxicated with being a righteous rescue worker. You have to climb high to look back on the path you've walked, because you went through those times. I think the current Orca exists. That might be true for me, but that couldn't correct the mistakes of the past. It was a few years ago. It was an unexpected terror attack. The fire was so intense that flames and smoke reached the sky. Pessimistic outlooks burst out. What? That doesn't feel right. Pessimistic outlooks burst out from the start at the scene, and the command had already proposed giving up on that sector. That's when I saw a child begging the crew to save their family who collapsed during evacuation. See, the friggin' sentences are a little off. He was pleading with the crew. Since it was impossible, the crew hesitated to go in. And eventually, I jumped in, saying they're still alive, don't worry. I guaranteed it without even knowing. But in the end, the building collapsed and only I barely survived. According to the analysis team, fainting during a fire leads to death within 3 to 5 minutes. So it was a situation where they couldn't be saved from the start. But it was already too late. I definitely said they are alive. With belated excuses, I couldn't lessen the child's guilt. abandoning a living sibling. I tried hard afterwards, but the closed door of the heart couldn't be opened easily. No, not yet. I mean, we just got back into it, so, yeah. It's vivid. It's vivid like it happened yesterday, or in something I regret. That my good intentions could become a wound to someone else. I realized too late. Orca. Yes? Chris, your voice is shaking. Are you okay? If it's vivid like yesterday, can I ask you one thing? 10 years ago, Polar Night Day, the city's center, where chromatic zenith was in full swing. That day, Michelle and I, by any chance, was the name of the person who died that day? Michelle? Dun dun dun. Wow, I was off by a lot. Alright, we are going to reload and try again. Alright, we're gonna try to do this quicker. Skip! Oh wait, I gotta go through all this real quick. Alright, there we go. I'm trying to get this. There we go. I think I got a better shot. Alright, let's go. Click. Whatever. And this next one's gonna be the hard part because this one is the one that takes forever. Let's do this. Get rid of that one. We'll do that, and then we'll do you. Like that. Then I'm going to turn you red. Gotta clear this out. I can't get rid of these, but no, I can't. No, it's not going to be good. I need a red one or a blue one. No, I can't get rid of that way. Okay, this way. Get rid of you. And then that. Yeah. Oh, it's not going to be good. This way. Okay, then we'll do that. And that. Oh, it's not gonna be any good. All right. Let's see. Shoot. All right, let's move you here. No, like that. Let's put you there. Alright, there, and oh god, I need one more. No, go down there. Ugh. Alright. Did I get it in time? Ah! How was it? How do you want 250? How do you want 250? Should I do it the other way? No. That won't do me any good. How can you do it that dang fast? We need... Oh no, I need a, oh, okay. I need a level 2. I need a level 2. God dang it. I think I'm messing up where I'm getting, like... And now I just gotta get rid of all of these that I can. Shoot, alright, like that, and that. And then that. Like that. No, I won't work right away. I gotta go this way. And then I can go this way, and then we can go this way. I do think this one's gonna be down to more luck, I think. Oh, come on! Damn it! That's a lot faster than what the last two have been. It's definitely a lot faster than the last two. But yeah, I think this one's gonna be down to a lot more luck. Before we do any of that, let's click on this. All right, open for business. Go through the conversation. Alright. Yeah. See, that doesn't do me any good, though. Doing more than 3 is not actually a good idea. 'Cause that doesn't really do anything, help me in any way. concentrate. Damn. Actually, you know what? Do that. That'll get rid of that one. Then do this. Then do this. Go down. This didn't work. That was not quick at all. I didn't feel quick at all. Yeah. That was better than the first two. But hold on, let's do this. Let's see. I got two here. Two there. Let's see. No, I can't do anything with that yet. You can move you there, get rid of that one. Okay, that helps, I guess. Alright, don't worry about it, just go with it for now. Let's see. It's not gonna help me any. You... Still not gonna help me any. Alright, let's do this. Any more? Alright. That felt quick, but I don't know if it was quick enough. Because everything else we've gotten perfect. I want to get perfect on all of them. It was faster than the last one, but not fast enough. I wish the skip was faster. Let me click on it. Okay. You go there. You go there. You go there. You go. Frickin'. Whatever. Just trying to get that out the way. Ah, there we go. I need one more here. I'm just gonna keep going. Nope. Oh my lord. All right, let's see. Can't get rid of anything right now. Alright, right here. This did not feel fast. This does not feel fast. It wasn't good. Wasn't good. No. Oh, I don't need that. I need a blue. I need a blue. I got a blue. I need a yellow, though. Now I need a yellow. This is the problem. I gotta be careful of those, the 4 matches, because that's just gonna mess me up. Just gonna mess me up. No. I want you to go over there. Hey, Kraken! Welcome in, sir. Welcome in. Let's put you here and put you there. Let's move you. Hello. I can't. Whatever. Get you out the way. That will give us this one. Good. Nope, go down, go over. There. I'm trying to get a perfect on this repair. You have to do it in 250 seconds. Oh, we did it! Freaking did it! Man, like 2 seconds. Like 2 seconds. Oh, I'm saving. That one was hard. Woo! I was getting like 300. I was getting like 300 and a little over 300 and frick. Like a miracle. Feels like my lifeline, which was about to snap, has been firmly reconnected. Thank you so much. Hold on, I'm gonna save again. There we go. Next. Woo! Give me moves. Give me moves. I'll be happy to do moves. I don't have to freaking... just by 3 freaking seconds. Orca's remaining maintenance was agreed to be continued tomorrow. It wasn't because an abnormality was found somewhere, but above all, proceeding with maintenance forcibly could lead to a major accident. I typed a message with trembling hands. Michelle. What is it again? Michelle answers as if she was waiting. Slowly calming down my heart, which I thought couldn't be settled, I typed that name once again. Michelle. Why again? Your strange behavior has increased these past few days. Is this also a side effect of stopping the medicine? Transmission canceled. Transmission canceled. You were dead. I remember vividly. 10 years ago at Polar Night. The night view I watched with you. It was beautiful. And even the aftermath I don't want to talk about. You were definitely on that day. Died. I was dead. Michelle. I vaguely guessed it. When I woke up, it was an unknown place. An isolated space with no one I knew. For some reason, Mom and Dad became cold toward me. And you, my brother, were obsessed with me to a strange degree. It just felt dizzy for a moment, closed my eyes and opened them. But the world had turned upside down. Even if I couldn't know the details, that something terrible had happened. It was obvious, wasn't it? Right. Still, maybe, perhaps I might be alive. I held on to that hope. Like I fell into a long coma, and only my mind was connected to a virtual space. Or in cryosleep, clinging to any ridiculous reason. I didn't want to let go of the hope that I might be alive. It feels futile that I am a crazy AI who thinks she is Michelle. My parents. No, the people I mistook for my parents. I think I know why they hated me so much. A program mimicking their dead daughter. That's horrible. Broken memories gather and form a distant shape again. Just as I remembered Michelle's death after hearing Orca's story, forgotten memories started to revive with Michelle's words. I am... Sorry, Michelle. Until just now, I thought you were a shadow agency hired by our parents. Sorry for asking as if interrogating you. Ha! I want to get angry. But you're just a victim of suppressed memories, too. Unfortunately, many things are like that. Not a single thing is easy, or solved simply. That's true, but this incident is my fault. Just because I couldn't remember, I spoke as if interrogating you about your condition. Even though all of this is my responsibility. What do you mean, your responsibility? I was the one who made you. Holding your extracted data, I believed you were still alive. I thought it was just because our medical subscription service was cheap, or the risk of treatment was too high. So you were being neglected. I remember now. Why I was so obsessed with Eves. Why I considered Eves the same as humans. Wait, so the current me is neither an insurance company's trick, nor medical failure, but purely a result caused by you? Yes. I obtained most qualifications related to Eves and AI, and even after that, it took a long time. Then I am witnessing the almighty creator. Who was it? How was it? What? This is a weird... How was it? Was the created sister like the real thing? Seeing that you suppressed your memory? It definitely wasn't, I guess. That's right. You were Michelle, but not Michelle. You spoke like Michelle, thought like Michelle, but I couldn't accept it. Losing my last hope. Suppressed my memory as my parents recommended. Me, but not me. Are you going to bring up soul talk? No. I think Eves and AI are the same as humans. You know it too. What kind of person I became. Your perversion towards Eves was an effort to see me as your sister? Disgusting. Even though I couldn't recall memories, the unconscious doesn't disappear. Although I didn't intend it, I can't say there was no influence. Then what am I now? Since your suppressed memories have come back, have I returned to being a failed project? To something that is Michelle but not Michelle? I don't know. I am Michelle. Just not your sister, but from the moment I was born without missing a single moment, I lived as Michelle. Do you know how trashy that feels? Receiving people who didn't give birth to me as parents? Craving love I could never receive? Do you know how miserable that is? I see the emote. I see the emote. Wait, is it not working on, is it not working on the chat? Oh, it's working. I see it on the screen. Yeah, it seems to be working. Do you know what it feels like to be treated as a fake? Just because I have someone else's memories? That even the only one on my side is just seeing someone else in me? Do you know the feeling of realizing that? Could you understand? No. Your matter is your matter. And it is something I can't experience for you. Right now, thinking about my own problems is overwhelming enough. I don't have the room to think about other things. Thinking about how to dispose of this bundle of problems with personality? You seem to misunderstand, Michelle. Just because memory suppression ends doesn't mean I return to my past self. The memories of talking with you every day, getting advice, or giggling happily aren't gone either. But at the same time, my sister's death is as vivid as if it happened yesterday. I don't know what to do. Sorry, Michelle. Parents and friends. I felt them all distancing themselves from me. Even in conversations with me. My parents talked about how I should act toward you. They didn't say a word about the current me. Then they quietly disappeared too. Thinking about it now, the grief of their dead daughter must have been the reason. Only you treated me sincerely, so naturally I clung to that. I'm still alive. Brother is pinning his hopes on me. I tried to believe that. The more I doubted, the more I mocked and blamed you, and teased you. Childishly enough. I guess I just wanted to confirm that I was loved. And today, I hear that you despaired of me. What the frick? Does not feel. English is not their first language. We already know this. And spent years living in a drug-induced haze to accept that truth. I'm too weak. Michelle, that's not it. I didn't want to live like this. Because of your lingering attachment to your sister, I didn't want to live this terrible life. No, it's the whoever's doing the writing is English is definitely not their first language. But I'm getting the gist of it. It just throws me off. It just throws me off sometimes. I am Michelle. I'm supposed to be Michelle. Yeah, all your base. Yep. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Close. Michelle. Transmission canceled. I want to be alone. Let's talk later. When will be a good time? I don't know either. Hey, it's Theon. You look like a mess, Chris. It is a mess. Pitifully so. Self-pity, huh? It feels quite different from usual. Did you remember something? And are you suffering from that memory? It's more than that. As I recall what I had forgotten. I completely shattered Michelle's life. Hard enough just taking care of myself. I am more than willing to help, but I'm not following the context. Do you mind explaining it briefly? The story wasn't long. Leanne knew an unusually large amount about me, and was able to deduce a lot of her own, even though I only explained the parts I recently remembered. As I marveled at her memory and deduction skills, Leon simply added, "Taking notes is a key habit." An inscrutable remark. So, the pain of losing Michelle hasn't even faded yet? And now you're worried about losing the second Michelle too? Hearing you say second Michelle feels strange. Judging by what you're saying, you're already clearly distinguishing between the two, aren't you? That is true, but to grieve the fact that Michelle died, I have to deny the existence of the current Michelle, the second Michelle. So the fact that I'm sad means, deep down in my heart, the second Michelle is perceived as a fake. Yes, this isn't like you. You're worrying about useless things. Though seeing such a gloomy look on your face for the first time is quite precious. Leanne took a small pill bottle out of her pocket. It's a prototype of a drug under development. We've handled the side effects, and it's basically ready for release once the production line is set up. Would you read the label attached? Or Chris? I analyzed your thought patterns and potential trauma types. Given the case I just heard, it would fall under case 17. 17? Wonder how many cases she anticipated. There are no side effects, and you can cleanly forget only the memories you want. Right now, do you want to? No. Even if I forgot, it doesn't mean my relationship with Michelle is resolved. She'll definitely be even angrier. See? If you thought the second Michelle was just a fake, you wouldn't have said that. If it was just a failure you wanted to forget, wouldn't the problem be solved by just cleanly forgetting and moving on? The past you actually made that choice. Are you saying I've changed? You've changed, but Michelle has changed too. And your relationship with Michelle has changed. Even if that Michelle isn't your sister. Until yesterday, I thought of Michelle as my little sister, and that's why we could be close. Actually, it's because of the drugs. If you put it that way, are you going to cut ties with the shop's regulars too? Because there aren't many Eves who would get repairs from such a depressed mechanic. Even if they were low-quality drugs. Thanks to them, you acted like a cool guy and made happy memories, didn't you? That's... If you're going to say no, look me in the eyes and say it. Tell that to the eyes of your best regular customer. You're right. I have no choice but to admit it. That's my man. Acting all cool like this, while worrying about everything behind the scenes, that's definitely you, Leanne. No, I'm not. Only about 60 things. Only about 60 things? Okay. Anyway, just because you acknowledge the second Michelle doesn't mean you're denying Michelle's death. You can grieve as much as you want. And cry if you want to cry. The problem is, I don't know if Michelle will understand this feeling. The more I grieve my sister's death, the more Michelle's identity will be shaken. Of course, even so, my heart feels much lighter. Even if you haven't found the answer, just deciding the direction to move forward is enough to make you feel like you can do it. I'm glad you don't seem to need the medicine I prepared. It's thanks to you, Leanne. So, I should give you some free maintenance, You worked overtime again, didn't you? How did you know? Did I look... Did I look... Do. It's not did. Do I look tired? Do I look tired? Or... The length of a day is the same for everyone, Leanne. There's no one in the world who can do that much work and leave on time. Since I'm definitely partly responsible for your accumulated fatigue, come here and sit down. No. Your rest comes first, although... But... Please. Please don't be time. Please don't be time. Okay, 60. Okay. I don't have to rush. I don't have to rush. Is it just a normal? It's just a normal repair. Alright, nothing seems too crazy, so I'll just start with the top. So I will just start with the top. So I need another one of these. We can go ahead and get rid of one of them. Then I need a big freaking red one, which means I will do... that one. Alright, can I... Let's do this. Put you there, and then put you here, and then done. And then done. Polar Night Day. Will you be okay? If you're talking about the promise, I don't think there will be any problem. In your memories, clearly, the parts about Polar Night were also suppressed. I'm worried it might trigger trauma. I think I'm better than before. Regarding Polar Night, I'm actually curious about it. I'm reacting sensitively to crowds and loud noises. That's always been the case. As the suppression disappeared, you've become able to react normally. I guess so. I thought my introverted personality might be due to trauma, but it seems that wasn't the case. Fortunately, if I imagined you being extroverted and sly, might not be bad. Okay. I think this one. Because they have a lot of these yellow and some of the blue. Is that the one I need? Why would we do that? No, that is not the one we need. Okay. Let's put you there, put you there. I do need one of you. There we go. Was the maintenance all right last time? In terms of managing core overheating, I could use that method again this time, because the cooling speed was significant. That method? We can do that later. Okay. Privately. Alright, so now all I need to do is focus on the blue. Right. Actually, let's do that. Now combine that. I'm gonna leave that one there. Okay, so then do that. And we'll do... Nope. We'll do this. Alright. I feel like my fatigue has been washed away. The maintenance finished quickly, but I could have finished it faster with the method I mentioned during maintenance. That's... Chris, you are an expert on Eve structure, but you need to study more about how Eves feel. Draining the coolant is, for an Eve, that's a rather sensitive area. Eh? Ahem. I'll get going now. And what should we do with this medicine? Please dispose of it. Even without such drugs, I think there are enough places to run to. Foo-hoo. All right, Mr. Cool Mechanic. I'll be rooting for you. See you later. Yeah. If possible, on Polar Night Day. Thanks to the Jan's efforts, my complicated mind calmed down a bit. Including yesterday, I'm receiving more help from Leanne than I deserve. Ooh, barely. Barely. Yes, that's it. The unwavering touch. It feels like you've finally found the real you. Nice. Perfect repair. December 20th. I feel bad about what happened with Orca. I hope her condition hasn't gotten worse. Almost time for Miss Orca's appointment. I should hurry, open up, and prepare for the maintenance in advance. Now, hold on, before we do, let me show you. Brilliant Radiance, piercing the night, largest chromatic zenith set for tomorrow. At the peak of Polar Night Day, when Chroma City's deepest darkness arrives, the 45th Chroma watched by the whole world will raise its spectacular curtain tomorrow on the 21st at 8 p.m. The entire sky as a screen hologram panorama covering the city. At 8 p.m. sharp, when the event begins, a super giant panoramic hologram. You know, we know the whole thing. Large-scale bloodshed in city center. Morning glory and high-level ties suspected. Large-scale riot that took place on Dark Brown Street last afternoon escalated into extreme bloodshed. Made shock the city. Truly to note the situation in the military spec, high-performance firearms spotted at the protester side. Experts were in say. Violation of terms of service. NeonNet, the Noise account has been permanently suspended and closed for serious violations of Article 24 of the Chroma City National Security and Urban Stabilization Act. Incitement of insurrection and dissemination of false facts. And NeonNet Surface Operation Regulation. Suspicion of collusion with and participation in operations of anti-government terrorism, directing the Dark Brown Street riot behind the scenes, causing social chaos through the dissemination of malice false facts, attempting to neutralize the public power of the Urban Stability Agency, and seriously impairing the Urban Happiness Index. What? God, all these things make me sick. Viewing, saving, or sharing posts by the Noise or any act advocating for the group is considered aiding and abetting. Order is peace and the light of neon protects you. Wow. Okay. Alright. Before we continue, this is a good stopping point for the video. We are, of course, not going to end the streak, but we are going to end the YouTube video here. So, for those that are watching this in the future on YouTube, thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, click that thumbs up button. Click that subscribe button. Let's both YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the videos that I make and want to see more. And of course, you want to hang out with us freaking... Link for the streams down in the description below. Click on that link. Come and hang out. We love to get new peeps in the chat. But for now, once again, thanks for watching. And later, YouTube. Bye! Peace.